A northeast community left shaken.
I have a little one too, and the girl we are talking about, she used to play with my daughter.
A toddler is dead after being struck down in an alley.
And it just feels like it never ends.
But it is the end for one Marda Loop business, they say, because of ongoing city construction. Plus, repairs and renovations continue.
And come back even stronger than what we were before the storm hit.
Along with reminders of last August's costly hailstorm.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good evening. The family of a one-year-old girl is reeling tonight after she was struck by a pickup truck and killed in a northeast Calgary alleyway. It happened Monday evening in the community of Taradale, just steps from her backyard. Mark Villani has more on the fatal incident and reaction from neighbors.
Police tape lines the alleyway, and investigators attempt to uncover how a tragedy like this could have happened.
There was a toddler playing in the back alley, and single vehicle struck the child.
That child was Anahat Gill. She was chasing after a toy when she was struck and killed by the driver of a white pickup truck making a right turn into a blind corner. Just 1 month shy of her second birthday, loved ones described her as a pretty, talkative, and curious little girl who always enjoyed playing with others. Her family declined to appear on camera, but community members are shocked, some calling this a dangerous intersection that was an accident just waiting to happen.
If you're driving and you're on a speed, for sure, there could be an emergency, somebody just coming from a corner. Our thought and prayer is with them.
Well, just never thought it'd really happen. Like, it's usually just peaceful around here, and now someone's dead. I'm just taking it in.
Others with a close connection to the family are lost in their emotions.
This is really devastating for us, and because I have a little one too, and the girl we are talking about, she used to play with my daughter every evening.
Ramandeep Jasin lives directly across the alleyway. He says drivers need to be more aware of their surroundings, especially in residential areas like this.
It's disaster.
So far, no charges have been laid as police continue to investigate. Alcohol and drugs are not considered factors, and it's unknown if speed was an issue. But traffic officers say this is a good reminder for all drivers to pay more attention.
So it's a bit of a loose term, but the posted limit for back lanes is 15 kilometres an hour. And I think what we have to understand is that what wasn't there yesterday could well be there today.
A split second in a northeast alleyway, leaving a family broken and a community grieving. Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
Anyone with information related to this incident is asked to contact Calgary Police or Crime Stoppers. And just west of Edmonton, a 9-year-old girl died after being hit by a truck. RCMP say the collision happened just before 9 this morning in Spruce Grove. Officers believe the girl was sitting on a skateboard that was rolling off a driveway when she was hit. She was taken to hospital with critical injuries, where she later died. A man in his 40s died in a motorcycle crash on Stony Trail yesterday afternoon. It happened under the Crowchild Trail overpass, where crews are working to repave the road. Police say it appears the man lost control while changing lanes and was thrown from his motorbike. He died at the scene. 2 people were hurt when a taxi crashed overnight on Parkdale Boulevard. A cab collided with a signal pole on the median. The intersection was closed for a couple of hours while police investigated. Friends of Carter Spivak Villeneuve's family have started a GoFundMe campaign to help with expenses after he was found dead in Abbeydale early Friday morning. Police say the 16-year-old's death is a homicide. Investigators say around 1:20 a.m. Friday, they were called to Abergale Drive for reports of a person in medical distress. When officers arrived, they found Carter dead. Today, flowers are at the site placed by mourners. Police are asking residents to check their property for anything suspicious and to share any dash cam or security footage with police. Calgary police have laid charges in a sweeping investigation into nighttime break and enters across the city. 17 people, including 9 people under the age of 18, face more than $100 charges. Police started a task force to look into these incidents. They date back to August of last year, but the most recent have occurred in June, including in the communities of Citadel and Evanston. Police say all 17 people are known to each other. Police say despite these charges, youth crime is trending down.
It's a multitude of issues that draw youth to crime. There could be some really complex issues within the youth's lives, and maybe stability, housing stability, maybe mental health, addiction, these sorts of things that all kind of lead into this lifestyle, or there's some poor social groups kind of hanging out with, and poor influences.
Investigators plan to engage with the youths charged in this investigation through the Serious Habitual Offender Program, which can monitor up to 80 offenders at any time. A Calgary teenager has been arrested in Saskatoon, accused of drug trafficking in both cities. Back in May, police say a man pointed a firearm at someone while filling up with gas at an Esso station on 68th Street Northeast. Police say they were already investigating the suspect for trafficking and violating court-ordered release conditions. In June, Saskatoon police say they saw the same man dealing drugs, and their tactical team later arrested him. They seized cocaine, cash, and cell phones. 18-year-old Adat Agor faces charges including assault with a weapon. Well, deja vu for residents in the north end of Calgary, 1 year to the day after a massive hailstorm swept through the city. This was Evanston shortly before 5 p.m. as a storm cell rolled through. It comes 1 year after a severe summer storm pummeled parts of Calgary with hail, causing $2.3 billion in insured damage. Now, that storm goes down as the second costliest natural disaster in Canadian history. And it has insurance companies calling for governments to make changes to promote hail resiliency. The Insurance Bureau of Canada estimates last month's hailstorm that rolled through the city could cost more than $30 million. The Bureau says these events are showing a troubling pattern that requires action through public policy. They are calling for the city to restore the Resilient Roofing Rebate Program to encourage hail-resistant retrofits and to mandate hail-resistant roofing in new construction in high-risk areas. And we're also getting a look at renovations to the Calgary Airport's Terminal B after it sustained heavy damage from the August hailstorm last year. Concourse B was shut down due to the damage. Since the hailstorm, crews have spent the past year replacing the roof and removing original building materials. Concourse B is nearly 50 years old and was originally built for both domestic and international flights, but has been solely for domestic flights since 2016. So the airport says while they're fixing the terminal, they're making some major renovations and converting it to a solely domestic terminal.
So basically this terminal will now, or this concourse will now resemble concourse A and C, where you've got a lot more space in it, a lot more natural light, and a much better guest ambiance.
The airport says the renovation will remove the secure walkways and create unobstructed views to downtown and the mountains. Concourse B is expected to gradually reopen in 2027. Gina is in with our first look at the weather, and it would seem that the active weather isn't done with us just yet.
No, it's really had a lot of fun with Calgary, it seems like, this summer so far.
No kidding.
And yeah, we dealt with a good amount of active weather today. Tomorrow could be a very similar setup out there. We'll get some clearing, though, first. So when we look at tonight, should drop down to 14 degrees, get a good clear sky as we head into tomorrow morning. So expect sunshine to kick off the day. But once again, as we get into the afternoon, those clouds are going to start to push in from the west, and they will bring that potential for some isolated thunderstorms. A bit of a lower risk tomorrow, but still the potential there with a high of 25. When will the sun come out in full force? I'll have those details coming up.
Gina, thank you. It's been a long and painful stretch of road work for businesses in Marda Loop. Now, one of them has closed its doors for good, and the owner says it's solely due to the construction limiting her customers' access. Kevin Green reports.
The sign on the door says it all. Doodle Dogs in Marda Loop is closed, and the owner says it's because of the construction that's been happening for the last 15 months outside her door.
The difficulty is that clients don't know when they can access us. So they might come here one day and they have parking, but then they might come back the next week and they don't.
Megan Huchkowski says at one point her customers were actually told they couldn't go into the store.
A couple weeks ago, we had someone who was on site flagging people away from our entrance, citing that they did not have access to our store. And that was devastating because we had 3 days of lost revenue.
Doodle Dog's neighbor feels the same way. Skintelligence European Boutique has been here nearly 2 decades, but the owner says she's had enough.
Well, it's not really running a business now. It's just waiting for clients to come, and they cannot come because it's construction everywhere.
Yeah, it's been tough. There's no denying it.
The head of the Marda Loop Business Improvement Area agrees it's been hard.
The thing that will help most, that will move the needle most, is an end to the work and getting people coming back down here to visit these businesses.
That should come soon. Marda Loop businesses have endured almost 2 years of road closures, sidewalk upgrades, and underground utility work. The city says it's almost done.
Our completion date, like our construction completion date, is October 31st. So the month of October, we're going to be doing deficiency walks and final touch-ups, but we should be substantially complete for all those areas there.
But it's done too late for Huchkowski, who says she can't ride out another 3 months of losses.
And for 15 months, we tried to do something good, and we tried to have a beautiful store. And at this point, it's kind of like, it feels better to close because at least the decision was ours.
While the city says its construction is set to wrap up by the end of October, businesses here also worry that other construction, residential construction and other commercial construction, will continue ripping up the roads here for months, even years to come. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Coming up, Banff is bursting at the seams with visitors. The Canada Strong Pass proving to be almost too successful. Next, what the town's mayor says needs to be done. Highway 40 remains closed tonight in the south end of Kananaskis country because of a weekend mudslide. The washout happened Saturday between the Mount Lifset and Mist Creek day use areas. Crews continued to clear the scene. Officials say debris, including rocks and trees, was as high as 2 meters and covered 60 meters of the highway. Alberta recording 35 new measles cases over the long weekend. Also today, Alberta health officials have expanded the times that an individual sick with measles possibly encountered the public at the Banff gondola. AHS first announced the possibility of exposure last month, saying visitors and staff may have been exposed on July 9th. Now AHS has determined that the individual may have exposed the public to measles on 4 other days, from July 27th to July 30th. It says that anyone who visited on those dates should self-monitor for symptoms of measles. The Canada Strong Pass, allowing free entry into national parks, is bringing joy to many Canadians, while also creating challenges for those working there. Over the long weekend, Waterton National Park had to divert traffic away, while Banff's mayor says the volume of vehicles is not sustainable. Tyler Barrow has more.
2 things not hard to find in Banff in the summer: stunning peaks, swarms of people. Irina Kachun and Eor Mazurek recently moved to Toronto from Ukraine. They're taking advantage of the Canada Strong Pass that provides free access into national parks.
It's very cool that Parks Pass is free, so we decided to use it.
These 2 Calgarians are also partly here because of the free entry.
It's not much of a trek to come all the way out, and then now that you don't have to pay for it.
The pass was an election pitch by Prime Minister Mark Carney. It was a strategy to unite Canadians by encouraging domestic travel. The pass came into effect June 20th, and in Banff, it hasn't been seamless. Year to date, the town's traffic volume is up 6%. Recently, it recorded its 2nd busiest day ever.
Cannot handle that volume of vehicles into the long term. So we need to continue to work with our provincial and federal partners to look at mass transit.
The town also points to Calgary and area's booming population, strong U.S. dollar, and the sentiment of Canadians wanting to vacation at home for the increase in traffic volume. Residents share the mayor's concern.
Getting out of town by car, like sometimes it's taken me like 20, 30 minutes to get out of town.
It's too much. The reality, there's too much tourism that has to be monitored.
And over the long weekend, Waterton had to divert traffic away.
We want to be sure that we don't reach gridlock for safety reasons like in any other jurisdiction.
While parks try to handle the volume of vehicles, businesses are noticing the increase in volume.
The amount of local Canadian traffic has spiked very noticeably, especially day traffic.
The crowds will likely continue as the Canada Strong Pass will be good until September 2nd, the Tuesday after the Labor Day weekend. Tyler Barrows, CTV News, Banff.
Crews are working to move the famous Banff town sign to its new spot. A groundbreaking ceremony was held today at the historic train station where the sign will be moved. Now, these renderings show where the sign's new home will be, about 600 meters from Mount Norquay Road. It was so popular with people stopping to take photos, it caused traffic backups and safety concerns. The cost to move it is $1.2 million. It's being covered by the owners of the Mount Norquay Ski Resort. The sign will be moved in October. A Canmore man who survived an avalanche last March while skiing in the Rockies is cycling nearly 4,000 kilometers from the mountain town to Montreal. We caught up with Giordano Pillarella in Regina. He's raising money for Mountain Muskox, a peer support group in the Bow Valley for those who've experienced trauma or loss in the mountains. Pillarella's physical injuries have mostly healed, but says his mental health took a serious hit.
I felt like there was kind of like a ghost of me, like an old part of my past that I wasn't able to relive. Like I'd go to the same places that I used to ski, but I didn't have that ambition to want to like chase those goals. I think the biggest thing that's helped me is like accepting that I'm moving on in a positive way. Like, you know, like maybe I'm not able to do those things I used to do, but that's okay.
Pillarella started his trek August 1st and hopes to make it to Montreal by the 20th. He has a GoFundMe set up. You can search Pedaling for Healing, 4,000 kilometer for mountain mental health. Well, Gina's up next with her Skywatch forecast and kind of hoping summer does peek its head back into the scene. We'll see. Details next.
Lots of thunderstorms on our radar satellite map from earlier today, especially pulsing off of the foothills there. But it's all connected by what's going on over in Saskatchewan. A big low pressure center there was a magnet basically for the winds. They wanted to go towards that, but as they went over the mountains, obviously that drastic elevation change is what really set the stage for our instability earlier this afternoon and in the early evening hours as well. 23 degrees for our high today, seasonal, right where we should be. Tomorrow, we warm up a little bit more. We'll get to a high of 25 degrees, so really nice and comfortable. 28 degrees for Brooks, 29 in Medicine Hat. But we do encounter that risk of some thunderstorms once again in the forecast tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look at the morning, though. Pretty clear start for Calgary. You'll get a good amount of sunshine, very similar to what we saw today, but building cloud in the afternoon from the same direction that we got today. And you can see the model is predicting we could get some more rain and possibly some low-risk thunderstorms associated with the clouds as well. So we'll see if that pans out tomorrow, but the risk is there, albeit a low one. Clearing as we get into Thursday morning as well, so more sunshine on and off really throughout the next couple of days here. Thursday is not too bad for the most part. Expect maybe some late evening precipitation because we're keeping an eye on a system that will be moving in from the States there and up into southern Alberta that will bring more rain as we get into Friday. Totals right now, obviously subject to change, but suggesting by around 9 in the morning on Friday, we could get up to 7 millimeters here in Calgary. Of course, as we get closer to that wet weather event, we'll have a better gauge of how much precipitation is moving our way. You can see on our regional forecast here, many areas by the time we get into Friday are going to see those cooling temperatures, the cloudy conditions, and the chance for some rain and maybe even some daytime thunderstorms as well. So it's the next couple of days here where we're continuing with this instability and the fluctuation in temperatures. By the time we get into Saturday, some stability returns to the forecast and some sunshine as well with highs in the mid-20s.
Thank you very much, Gina. The Stampeders ready to welcome back their starting QB. Vernon Adams Jr. returns from an injury with hopes of reversing a losing trend. That story next. A backstage pass to Disney's The Lion King musical at the Jubilee Auditorium. The musical features 230 puppets, which require a lot of maintenance. A team is tasked with making sure they're ready for the show, whether it's getting a backup puppet ready or grabbing some zip ties or duct tape for quick repairs. Many of the puppets only cover the actors' faces, which allows for a unique connection.
It allows you into the story without taking away some of the actors' main attributes. So we don't hire puppeteers, we don't dress them in mascot costumes. We give them puppets, but they're also humans at the same time. So it really gives the actor the ability to play off of that duality.
The Lion King continues nightly at the Jubilee until August 17th. The Calgary Stampeders are 2-0 so far this season against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They'll face the blue and gold a third time at McMahon, and it looks like the Stamps will get a big piece of their offense back for Saturday's game. Here's Glenn Campbell.
He's in trouble, escapes on the run to his left. Now he's going to try to do it himself. Look out.
The Calgary Stampeders just haven't been the same since Vernon Adams got injured on this play against the Montreal Alouettes a couple of weeks ago. Adams sat on the sidelines for the rest of the game and then missed last week's game in Ottawa. Both were losses for the Stampeders, but it looks like he'll be back against the Bombers.
Yeah, I feel great. I feel good to be back out there with the guys. It was some great energy today, great weather, great day of practice. So we're excited for the opportunity this week to get on, take on Blue Bombers.
The Stamps have lost 2 in a row and want to put an end to that losing streak. Head coach Dave Dickinson says Adams will make a difference.
Well, I mean, he's been our leader. He is a playmaker. I feel like any game he's out there and you can win that game. I've always felt like when he's going, he's as good as anybody.
Adams says it's never easy to not be on the field to help your teammates.
Yeah, it's very tough, like for anybody else, You're a competitor, you want to be out there helping out the team and doing what you can do, so just have to help on the sidelines, but thought we played well, we didn't make enough plays, so we got to get back on track this week, hopefully.
Adams flew to Ottawa with the team and had a front row seat with what went right and what went wrong.
And the Red Blacks go up by 13.
And perhaps prepare him for his next job.
I'm just helping with relaying the call, personnel, things like that. I want to be a coach one day when I'm done. So, to sit back and kind of experience the sideline and hear the coaches talk on the mic and things like that and see how they run things was it's pretty cool. Not that I want to do that every week or anything, but it was cool to experience.
Glenn Campbell, CTV Sports, Calgary.
Stamps and Bombers kickoff for that game is 5 o'clock at McMahon on Saturday. All right, that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.